Hello my beautiful people. So I just want to do some kind of welcome to my humble abode. I just want to do some notes on the coming Venus retrograde, and it's actually going to start tomorrow on the 5th of October. So depending on where you are, because you'll be getting these early, you know, I like to get them out for you in advance. So let's talk about this. One of the things that I kind of really feel is worth mentioning, I haven't done Venus retrograde specials for everybody, and the reason I didn't do them is because we're saturated with them. Everybody's talking about it. If you haven't seen it, go to my website, www.reydiantreality.com. That's R-E-Y, not R-A-D. And on there, I've put, there's a blog post that's called, you know, that's all about the Venus retrograde. Have a read of it. I think it will give you some insight, some understanding, some background, some context as to what might be happening, how it might shape up, and all that good stuff. Now, that's why I haven't done the Venus retrograde specials, because like I said, not only are we saturated with them, it's one of the things that everybody's talking about. It's on everybody's lips. But there's a few things with astrology that I really want to get across to people, that I really want to hit home to people. You know, some of the really good astrologers out there really hit this home to me, you know, and I'm still learning. I still have a very long way to go on my journey of understanding astrology, you know, and it's like tarot. The journey of understanding and learning is never truly done. You just get to a place where you're competent and proficient. Now, the Venus retrograde will be happening, like I said, on the 5th of October, which here is in the UK where I am is tomorrow. For some of you, it will be, you know, the day after, just because of the time zone thing and whatnot. So, you know, whatever day it happens for you, I'm just trying to get this out in advance. What is important and what you need to remember, all things in terms of astrology, are qualities of moments in time. So when Venus officially goes retrograde on the 5th of October, that specific day, so tomorrow, I personally will be paying attention to what happens on that day. Remember, just like your own star chart, an event chart, a synergy chart, whatever it is, you look at that chart and you are looking at a picture of a moment in time of where the planets are at any given moment in time. And what you're looking at is the quality of life that that event, person, thing, you know, launch, you know, I did a chart for my website launch, which is why I launched on the day that I did and at the time. And if you see it, not a lot of people will be like, oh, I've checked out your chart and it's not very good, and there are some challenging aspects to it, but I specifically chose the challenges that I wanted, and I specifically chose those because I was aware that I was looking at a moment in time, and having the understanding that I'm looking at a moment in time, I can anticipate what is going to unfold over the lifetime of the thing that I created, of the, you know, the website that I launched at the specific time. So when Venus goes retrograde tomorrow, pay attention to what happens tomorrow. Pay attention to the relationships that you've got and what happens in them, the dynamics of them. You know, Venus is going retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. This is all about the power dynamic. It's about what you truly, Scorpio, what you truly desire. What is at the bottom? What are your deepest motivations in the core of who you are? Venus, what do I value? So she's actually amplifying that retrograde to relook at something, reassess, re-examine, redo if need be, in the sign of your deepest and, you know, most held and sometimes even darkest and taboo desires. Venus is going to ask you, what do you truly value here? What do you truly value at that level? And that's what's going to help you understand what your motivations are, where they come from, what is truly driving the decisions that you make based on what you actually value, as opposed to what you think you value on the surface. Remember, we're out of Libra, we're in Scorpio now in terms of Venus. She'll retrograde back into Libra, and I feel, because it is You know, there's definitely going to be some obsessive behavior going on for all of us. I can't even tell you, you know, I'm like looking at it like, ooh, because I know myself. I know what my my moments are and my triggers. Like, one of the things I do is bite my nails. That's one of my obsessive behaviors. You know, and sometimes it's yeah. Anyway, enough of that. But you see my point. If you know what your triggers are and whatnot, you'll be able to anticipate that more. So tomorrow, pay attention to your relationships, what happens in your relationships. Pay attention to the things and the people that you're drawn to. Pay attention to what it is that you feel urged to acquire. Remember, Venus rules money, it rules acquisitions. It's the, excuse me, the lesser benefic, you know, and it's all to do with what we value, what our monetary values are, what our financial state is, you know, mentally, emotionally, actually, physically, materially. It rules all of that stuff. So really be conscious, really pay attention to what's happening. And the reason I've put this prelude in to all these weekly videos is because this it's happening now. And if you can pay attention to especially what happens on the day of when the retrograde starts, it's going to give you an idea of the quality of what that entire retrograde season is going to be about for you, is going to deliver to you. And remember, we always have a choice. We co-create our destinies. Things aren't done to us. They are done with us. And, you know, and in terms of that stuff as well, sometimes the universe takes you to a certain point because you need to make a decision. And if you don't make a decision, unfortunately, like any rule of procrastination, if you don't jump, you'll be pushed. That's how it works. You know, so think about it, pay attention to what's happening, be observant, you know, ultimately be observant with yourself on a really deep internal level. You know, listen to what comes up for you on the inside and pay attention and observe all of the stuff that happens externally, because in that is going to give you sort of, you know, the way that this is going to shape up for you. I'll talk about this more as well as we go forward, and this is the other thing that I really want to hit home to people as well. No transit lasts a day. You know, I mean, some of the aspects last a day, and, you know, in that respect, but their effects tend to be felt longer than they actually last in some respects. The eclipses, for as an example, they happen on a specific day, but they take 3 to 6 months to unpack and to assimilate into our lives. Like, some of the stuff that's happening for us now is off the back of the eclipses that we've had. You know, so be aware, be alert, understand what is taking place, you know, and more importantly as well, especially given the fact that it's a Venus retrograde, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with others. You know, this isn't going to be as hardcore as some. It will definitely be driving those obsessions for sure. I don't think it will be as hardcore as what we've had to deal with over the summer and, you know, the course of this year. So with all that said, waffling over, I really hope you enjoy your week ahead videos, and you'll be able to find all the good stuff that I talk about on there. Take care, and I'll see you very soon. Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead Tarotscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. I would be eternally grateful for it. If you are already one of my continued subbies, thank you so much for all of your continued support. It truly means the world. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can do so on the link below. And if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so at my website, which is www.reydiantreality.com, spelled R-E-Y, not R-A-D. With all of that said, I would like to bless both of these decks with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what your destiny card is for the week, the overarching or overriding theme that is prominent this week. Just off the back of or rather just into the Venus retrograde, and I really hope you enjoyed the little blurb before. So your destiny card for the week, you get the star card. I don't know why they're all upside down. So, the star card this week, you get some peace, finally. You get a moment to take a breath. Not only has, is Mars about to come out of its shadow period, but this week, when you get the star card, it's basically a glimpse into your future and an understanding that you can take a moment to rest. This is the opportunity to go and just to enjoy things. This week, Aries, I invite you and I urge you to take a moment to stop and smell the roses. When you get the star card as the destiny card, it's about a hope, it's about a wish. Something is shaping up for you, even in the Venus retrograde. This is about it for me as well. The words that I'm actually hearing are, this is about you taking the bull by the horns. And this is very much this week, you're going to have the opportunity to take a breath, to take a minute and say, right, okay, what do I want to do next? Where do I go next? And whether it takes the whole week or not, doesn't matter. What matters is that you take a moment to start to picture what it is that you want from your future and where it is that you really believe deep in your soul that you are actually heading. And that is the important part for it. So your destiny this week, Aries, is actually to take it easy. Stop and, take it easy, stop and smell the roses. Roll with the punches if things don't go as planned. Which I love that. There we go. Sorry about that. So, your direction card. What gives this context? What gives it meaning, background, or understanding? And what's the best way to achieve your destiny card? And this week you get the Queen of Wands. This is interesting. So, a fire sign female. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. Now, the fact that you are Aries, let's go with the fact that this is you. This is some aspect of you coming forward. Whether you're male, female, whatever you identify as, this is about you coming forward and some aspect of you saying, right, I'm going to put my feet in the ground. I'm going to take a moment to still myself before I make my actions. The Queen of Wands, although ruled by fire, Wands is about action. It's about movement. It's about doing. The Queen of Wands is the experience of having all of the thought, all of the connection, all of that far-reaching vision and knowing how to act, but more importantly, when. And this is why, especially with the star card there, this week is very much about you taking a moment, taking a breath and saying to yourself, right, okay, I rule myself, I rule my life, I am in control of myself. And more importantly, I understand who or what I want to connect with. Why do I talk about that? Because the star card represents the sign of Aquarius. And this is about groups, it's about tribes. It's about connecting with people that are very often different, and more importantly, putting together or putting forward the ideas that we have for our life that are very different. Some part of your unique self needs to shine through this week, and the only way that you're truly going to be able to discover what that is by taking a moment, planting your feet and saying, right, okay, now it's time to act. But before it's time to act, it's always time to plan. Take a moment, take a breath, smell the roses, get ready for it, and then make that move. Let me know how this shapes up for you or what it is that you're planning in the comments. You know I love them. So I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance itself. Have an amazing week, and I will see you very soon for more videos. Take care.